we have the Sig Sauer P320 in 9mm with the nitrile design. Really nice firearm. I recently picked this up and traded in my Springfield XDS, which was my daily carry, and swapped it out for the Sig Sauer. I've been really impressed with the upkeep with the Sig Sauers and how this really has maintained its reputation for an accurate and pretty reliable firearm, I would say. Recently adopted with the M18 and M17 models for the United States Marine Corps standard issue sidearm. These guys really have outdone themselves as far as what you get straight out of the box. You do get a little wear and tear, as this part here is a lot of polymer. So anytime you're using a Kydex holster or you have anything rubbing up against it, you do get those wear marks, but those can be kind of cleaned out. Textured grip down here on the bottom. Comes standard with a 17-round magazine, double stacked. Really impressed, honestly, with how this thing performed. I've ran about 300 rounds through it as I got it recently, so I haven't had a lot of range time with it. Coming standard with those white front and rear sights. They are adjustable, but I have yet to adjust them, so kind of looking at good fortune there. On the side here, you do have the left or the right-handed magazine release. Kind of nice, but if you are left-handed, might be an issue trying to use your index finger to release it, or your middle finger. You do have ambidextrous magazine releases, which I find to be pretty handy whether you're a left or right-handed shooter. This firearm can be kind of accountable for both. Standard coming with the bottom Picatinny rail here, easy to strap your favorite underlight. The O-Light is one that I am personally looking to add on to here, as well as swapping the slide out for one that I can get the standard Sig Sauer Romeo red dot sight placed up top. I would say overall, if you're looking for a decent carry gun that does have a little bit more weight in comparison to the Glock 19 or the Sig Sauer or the Springfield XDM, I apologize. But Sig Sauer does really hold up to his name as far as reliability and comfort. In order to take this one apart, you're going to go ahead and lock your slide back using your bottom slide release. You're going to go ahead and slide that all the way forward. Doing a 180-degree turn. Why is this not? You'll see that towards the back here, you do only have a little bit of opening to get this through. Not one of my more favored firearms to try to take apart, but they do make it pretty easy. You'll go ahead and make sure that's locked back, spin that 180 degrees, and you'll kind of just wiggle its way out. There we go. So the really interesting part to the Sig Sauer P320 is that the internal mechanism is the only part of this firearm that actually has the serial number, which makes it a modular firearm. So in order to take that guy out, you will slide your little release pin out, go ahead and just pull that body out. So as you can see, it is the only part that is stamped on the inside here with a serial number. Not that you guys will be able to really tell, and that might be okay. So really nice. A lot of this is all steel pieces here, which I find pretty nice. I do own another bottom half in the Coyote Brown, just because I think it really is a nice color for these firearms to do the two-tone black and Coyote Brown. These are just shells. You can pick these up at any Sig Sauer distributor. I personally get stuff from Modern Sportsman. But, you know, you can pick your guys' stuff up wherever. I know eBay sells this kind of stuff too, being that it doesn't have a serial number. And the only part that does is the firing mechanism, so buying uppers and lowers really isn't a big deal. Coming underneath here, you do have that shorter single pin here, along with a compression spring that really does, has never failed me as far as bringing the slide back and forth. Got a little bit of carbon buildup in these grooves here. Might be time for a good cleaning. Could do a video on that if you guys are interested. Let us know. I'd be happy to go through some of these as far as proper cleaning and products that we recommend here, and how it really kind of all sets together. If you do it while you're pushing in and using your left or right hand to push these two front prongs back as you come down, the bottom half you see will sit really nicely into this little dovetail. So putting the pin back in, remember you had to spin it all the way around, so you will find that through the hole there is these little grooves on the inside. I know that's kind of hard to see, but you'll basically seat that little half moon pin with your locking pin here. You want to make sure all the teeth are seated right, and typically we just slide right through. These pieces are kind of plasticky, so you may run into the issue that it essentially kind of snaps on the inside, and then it's not really good for anything. So making sure that you're taking the time to really know your firearm and know where it's going, and practice makes perfect, everybody. You just want to make sure that you can get a good idea of how it is to take care of your firearm and operate it. Putting the slide back together on the P320 does take a hot minute to do. You want to make sure, and one of the tricks that I found is that when you are putting it back together, make sure that you grab your slide and really give it a good clean pull through those grooves there to get it locked back. Sending the bolt home, give it a few times. You can dry fire. I know some people don't recommend, but again, how do you know if your firing mechanism is in place? Sliding that guy in there, you do have a little bit of space here towards the bottom, which may bother some people, but for me it actually feels quite comfortable to be able to have that little bit of wiggle room, and it does not pinch my finger. Easy mag release coming out from the bottom. Again, always making sure your firearms are clear before handling indoors. Thanks, guys. Boom. So you pull, draw. You grab, load, back. Draw. So if you're going to come back, you clear it, and it's